My opinion about the Spanish party is very clear, isn't it? I think that yesterday Spain wasn't at their best, mainly because their best player just didn't have a good day. He just didn't have a good day. We shouldn't criticize Lamine Yamal. I think he played around 60 to 80 games. If a 17-year-old gives you a 5, 4, or 6 instead of a 10, would you blame them? Probably not. And you can't put all the responsibility on Lamine Yamal's shoulders. And yesterday, obviously, in a match of this level, against such a powerful opponent as Portugal, which has players who are at an outstanding level, like Nuno Mendes, Vitinha, João Neves, and so on. For instance, Rafa Leao, who entered in the second half, played exceptionally well. Well, if you don't play a great match, you also make mistakes with the substitutions. I think when Luis de la Fuente arrived yesterday, there was significant criticism, which I mentioned live during the match. And I was the first one to criticize him because I didn't like his statements. But then Luis de la Fuente convinced me with the way the team played, because he managed to win titles. He won the Euro Cup, he won the Nations League last year. But well, that doesn't change anything. Just like when any Barca player or any coach, whether it's Flick, Xavi or whoever, has done badly at Camp Barca. Self-criticism is positive, as long as it's constructive, And I think yesterday, Luis de la Fuente made a mistake. He made a mistake in the semi-final, and he made another mistake in the final. I get the substitutions. Lamine wasn't performing well, so the coach benched the kid who was playing poorly yesterday. Okay, I think that's fine. I wouldn't have taken him out. Although it's true, I also admit that during the match, I said Lamine Yamal should be taken out. Because it's true, nothing was working for him. But still, I think that in such a close final, where any detail can make the difference, having Lamine Yamal on the field can tip the balance to one side. That's very clear. In fact, in the little time Lamine Yamal played, he performed well. It's true that Lamine Yamal was more absent, didn't take on defenders, and didn't participate as much in the game. Spain notably concentrated their gameplay more on the left flank with Cucurella and Nico Williams. And in the end, it's okay, you can't always win. But for someone to tell me that, having the Barca players in Spain's squad, league champions, Copa del Rey champions, Champions League champions, they've won everything. They've played the best football in all of Europe. You have Paco Barci, who may be occupied with exams, but you don't allow him even a minute. You have Dani Olmo with a Spain that was completely blocked in attack, unable to create anything. Dani Olmo is one of the top 3 best attacking midfielders in the world, possibly even the very best. Runs into the box, shoots from outside the area with both feet, and you don't put Dani Olmo on the field, not even for a single minute. You have Fermin Lopez, a profile very similar to Dani Olmo, more explosive, with more goals, even in better form. And you don't give him even a minute. Neither to Dani Olmo nor to Fermin Lopez. He also has Gavi on the bench, who was another possible game changer. A guy who can really put some guts into it and bring a lot more intensity to a team that was a bit down. So I don't understand. Not a single minute for any of Barca's players. Not a single minute for any of them. And on top of that, Pedri, who was one of the best, along with Zubimendi, in my opinion, for Spain, one of the best, really one of the best. Pedri. You take him out of the match, and on top of that, Mr. Luis de la Fuente isn't able to read the game and realize that Pedri, he's had the best season of his career playing at the base of Barca's midfield, facing the game, generating play, not with his back to goal as an attacking midfielder, and he spends the whole match there. Doesn't Luis de la Fuente realize that Pedri needs to be constantly involved in the game? Look, I'm not a coach. I'm speaking as a fan and as a Barca content creator who follows the club every day. And I think I understand a bit about this. Could I be wrong? Maybe Luis de la Fuente's approach was different. But you take out Pedri, you take out Lamine Yamal, and you don't put in Dani Olmo or Fermin. Not because they're from Barca, but I think they're the best ones on the bench, and he doesn't put them in. So I feel really bad about it, honestly. Terrible. I think Portugal did things better than Spain yesterday. The substitutions were definitely much better than Spain's. What a great match by Nuno Mendes. Cristiano Ronaldo, I just have to say hats off for his words that he dedicated to Lamine Yamal. I think Cristiano makes me very happy. He really makes me happy that even in old age, at 40 years old, Cristiano is humble and Cristiano acknowledges things. I'm glad Cristiano does it at 40 years old. It was about time, as it honors him as a person and an athlete. I'm delighted he speaks highly of Minjamal, as he's spoken some hard truths. Vitinha played well, but his performance wasn't exceptional. It wasn't great for me. Nuno Mendes was easily Portugal's best player. What a powerhouse, what a player, what a true sprinter on that wing. And watch out for the second half and the performance Rafael Leao put in. I mean, I loved it. What a guy playing football, I mean explosive. This is the kind of profile I love for Barca. And even though in this video, with this speech, it might not be totally relevant. But I have to say, the Leao Nico Williams profile is the one I like. And I loved Leao, he amazed me. Nico Williams also had a really good game. But honestly, I loved Leao in the second half. Then, in extra time, I have to say the first half was clearly for Portugal. Portugal was much better than Spain in extra time, and then Spain in the second half. Yes, it's true that they came out much better. But we lacked belief, and we lacked football. We missed the quality of Pedri, Dani Olmo, and Fermin. Anyway, having luck on our side too, because you also need luck to win these kinds of matches. But I admit, disappointed with Spain for the final we played, disappointed with the substitutions made by Luis de la Fuente. I don't think he made the right decisions at all with what he did. I think more could have been done and it wasn't. But I repeat, constructive self-criticism looking ahead to the World Cup. In exactly 1 year, we'll already be in the run-up to the World Cup, 2026. Spain has a great team with young quality players who can play wonderful football and compete with the best. Lots of encouragement to all the Spanish fans, Lamine Yamal and company. It's alright, stand up and learn from this loss. So this is what I can say about this match. This is my opinion about the final between Portugal and Spain. Congratulations to the Portuguese.